Good morning. My name is Jinan and I wanted to show you how can we generate reports by going from something like this, an Excel file, to something like this, or actually to something like this. It's an HTML page, and when we open that HTML page, we are going to see something like this. A report with a couple of pages. I have page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. And as an example, on page 1 we can interact with this report. When we click on a dealer's name, it shows its location to the right hand side. If we expand it, we can see its website. So here we have our Excel file. The data I have prepared it beforehand by doing my own research a little bit, and I have compiled dealer's name. It's a place where it's located, the size of a dealer, whether it's a big, medium dealer or a small car dealership, and the link to that website where you can find many cars, you can buy cars, you can do many things there. So this is an Excel file, and I know my data very well. I know that I have on the first column I have rating, dealer's rating. On the second one, I have dealer's name, original name, a place where it's located, its name, which is not official name, and size. Now this here, I might also as well delete it, but for the presentation purpose, I'm going to keep it as it is. So let's say this file resides in some directory over here, and I'm going to use a tool called Power BI, which is a business intelligence software with which you can generate nice and meaningful reports, and you can publish those reports to the internet. As well, you can publish them to the Microsoft Power BI service online, and then share them with your friends by adding them to the dashboards, and you can create as many dashboards as you want from as many reports as you want. But in the beginning, you need to have a data source from which you can generate reports as shown here using visualization, because each visualization it needs a data source. In our case, it's going to be an Excel file. Then when you finish doing your visualization here in the Power BI desktop, you can say publish, and they're going to be published to the Microsoft Power BI account on the internet, which is over here, and it's gonna be added to your workspaces. I have here two workspaces. I have reports inside, dashboards, and etc. So for now, let's just open Power BI, as you can see it over here, and let's generate matrix visualization to the left hand side from the Excel data. So to start, I need to get some data, and I'm gonna click a button called Get Data, in which case Power BI is going to ask us where do I want to get data from. For this presentation, I'm going to limit myself by using an Excel file. So I'm going to connect, and I'm going to locate that Excel file, which is here. And when I click open, it's going to import all the fields that you saw before, name, dealer, etc., to the sheet and to the fields section over here. So let's say by starting by that, I'm gonna add a matrix. I do want to add a matrix visualization. So I did add a matrix, and now I'm going to add fields. Now let's look what I've done before here. This is the matrix, and I have rows section. I have dealer and the website. So let's go here. Matrix, I'm gonna add dealer in the rows and the website. As you can see, it's already started to generate some data here. And then in the values part, I'm going to add rating, dealer size, and location. So let's add rating. Let's first select it. Then we go to the values section, rating, dealer's size, and location, place. And we can format the name of our rows as we want. So for the first size, I'm going to rename it to just size. And for the place column, I'm going to rename it to location. And when I expand, each dealer is going to show us its website. So we have information, very basic but important information for all our car dealerships, which is the dealer name, its rating, the size of a dealer, and the location of a dealer. It's also very important to know our data very well. And here we've just reorganized it in a way that we can show to our potential or existing stakeholders, bosses, supervisors, or to people who need to see this data in a very good way. We can organize it and present it in a very presentable and fashionable way. So this over here, it's going to look the same as here. I can also play with the coloring and the format of this matrix. Then I'm going to add a control or visualization called maps. It's over here. So I double click on it, and this is the maps. And I'm going to return to the page that I've done before. For the maps visualization, I used the place, which is dealer's place. For the location, size, rating. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna put place, size, I'm gonna put it to rating, and also I have added to the size, I think I've added something else here. Let's just click on a dealer's map and see the size here, the size rating. And then in the tooltips, which is when I hover over one of the dealers here, the tooltip appears. We can change the information that it presents. So I want name, website, and size. So I'm gonna go to the tooltip. So when I've added all the fields to the map 2 that I want to show to the user, I can go and format that map. And just to show you a bit of functionality, what's going to happen here, when I click on one of the dealers to the left hand side, it's going to update its location to the right hand side. And we can also format this map control and maybe set its style to something more appealing to the user. As you can see, we have here map styles. We can select a theme, and I'm gonna put it to light grayscale. I'm gonna put it to Arial. So as you can see, this is the exact control and the exact map that we have in the first page here. And to save a bit of time, I am going to delete this page, and I'm going to show you how to publish to the internet or your website in order to show this to some other people. We are gonna click on the publish button in the Power BI desktop, and what's going to happen is that it's going to publish all our pages which have visualizations inside it, and in their part visualizations are located to each data source which we have configured already. It's all going to be published to the report section in the Power BI service. From there, from the reports section, we can drag the reports to the dashboard uh, section. So it asks us which workspace do I want to use. I'm gonna say I want to use my workspace, which I have already defined in the Power BI service beforehand. And you can define as many workspaces as you want. It says that this data set already exists there. Do you want to replace it? I'm gonna say yes, please replace it. And it's publishing our report to the Power BI service. I can open it directly from here. The second link, it actually does its own analysis and projects its graph to the panel where we can select the graph that we want. But for now, we need all this because we do want the data that we only need. We do not need to take some other data or some other visualization. We only going to limit ourselves to the data that we have and to the visualization that we have just prepared. So we have landed in our workspace, which I've chosen. It's my workspace, and it's generating all the pages which we have seen in the Power BI desktop. This is the first page. This is the second page. This is the third page and the fourth page. So the first page, it also has all the dealers. So we are gonna click on one of the dealers, and we're gonna wait for its location to appear on the right hand side. So now that we have this all working, I'm going to publish this to a website, which is as an example I've showed you before here. So let's just click here and go to embed, uh, publish to web. And now Power BI is going to generate us a link which we can embed in our website in order for those visuals to appear to the other people as well. I'm going to select the size of the report to be maybe 900 by 700. I'm going to say copy, close, and I'm going to go to my website here, which is just an HTML page, as you can see, nothing more. I'm going to paste the code that I was just provided with, and you see we do not have any authentication or authorization, at least for now, so we can do this in a very simple way. I'm gonna save this, and then I'm gonna refresh my page, which I've already opened it here. I'm gonna refresh it and see the logo of the Power BI appears. It is saying to us that it's preparing our report and that they are gonna appear in a second on the website. So here we have the Microsoft Power BI. We have a report, 4 pages. We can scroll through them or click back and forth. And we can do the same interactions as we have done in the Power BI desktop and in the Power BI service. So I'm gonna click on a dealer, and you see its location to the right hand side approximately. And then I can go to the next page and see the next report I have. This is just for the presentation in case you just want to see the matrix by itself. Here, in case you just want to see maps of all the dealerships, you can zoom in and zoom out. And the last one is the rating for a dealer for all the dealerships that we have in our Excel sheet. And the ratings are not the real ratings, it's just the ratings were prepared for the sake of this example. So as you can see, we have just generated a nice looking report from the Excel sheet, which were just numbers, and we have generated a nice looking report to present to the other people, because this is a very good format, but it's not readable enough and it's not explainable enough to show to people in case they want to crunch some numbers, or they want to get a general idea or a better idea of what our data holds. So for now, we are going to limit ourselves with the Excel sheet, and I have another video too which shows the on-premise hosting and the on cloud hosting and what's the difference between them, how can we do this, and what do we need to do this. So for now, I would like to thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.